We're back on the air here at Mile High Sports Radio with Ultimate Politics, UP News. And we've got Aaron Silverstein and John Earhart. And introduce yourself, please.
I'm Katie Halper.
Katie Halper, and from what?
I'm from New York City. I started out, after college, I started doing comedy, and I co-founded Laughing Liberally. It was an hour. We just ran into these people with the PUMA signs and the Hillary pin, so I started talking to them.
What is PUMA stand for again?
Party Unity My Ass.
And this is the group that's apparently McCain and Rush Limbaugh and all these guys think there's thousands and millions of disaffected female voters
and male apparently.
Yeah.
This group, at least that I ran into, was totally. They were McCain fans in Hillary fans clothing.
Okay.
I think. I mean, because they were not convincing as lifelong Democrats, which they claimed to be. They kept changing the reason that they were not voting for Obama. First it was because of Hillary, then it wasn't because of Hillary, then it was because of John McCain's service. And I pretended to not know what they were talking about.
Right.
In terms of the service, and I kind of inferred that he must have been in World War II.
Yeah.
And then
they didn't take too kindly to that.
No, they got really self-righteous, and they thought that I was this total ignoramus that was getting into a political argument with them.
How could they think that?
Yeah, I know.
So they knew quite a bit about John McCain, I think.
Well, they knew that he was tortured.
Oh, okay.
And they knew that he served.
Well,
and that's about it.
And that makes, and as Wes Clark said, that clearly makes him deserving.
Well, we know that if
and he was tortured by the Vietnamese. That's
Vietnamese. Isn't that a dish? So we know that kind of torture that he went through under Dick Cheney's opinion now would just be
not torture,
enhanced interrogation. Yeah. So
healthy.
Yeah, McCain wasn't torture. There was no POWs. They were enemy combatants of the Vietnamese, and they were just enhanced interrogation.
And they hated the Vietnamese for their freedoms.
Yeah, that's it.
They
had their ways of life. They
had more than one freedom.
Yeah.
So
then they wanted Mr. Obama. They were like, Mr. Obama didn't serve. I was like, what war was he supposed to be in? And they were like, it's not about the war. Well, or Desert Storm. And I was like, yeah, but that wasn't as good a war as Vietnam. Vietnam was a really good war. And they were like, what? What? You weren't even alive. And then finally I outed myself and told them I knew.
I gotta say, watching that video, it was apparent to me that they had memorized about 5 good PUMA talking points, and beyond that, it just all fell apart. Those were McCain.
Yeah, they're totally not Hillary.
Oh, well, I think that McCain's choice of Sarah Palin, is it Sarah Palin?
Yeah.
Susan Palin.
Sarah
Palin is
watch the beauty pageant videos.
She is the PUMA vice president, or as I heard yesterday, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the VPILF, the VPILF.
Right.
That's actually what I've seen on the series of tubes.
The internets.
The internets. Well, now you do some writing as well. What else do you write for? Or Huffington Post, is that right?
Huffington Post and Alternate and Open Left, and occasionally, and then Living Liberally, which is livingliberally.com.
We have a blog.
Yeah, we have a Living Liberally blog, and then katiehalper.com is where all my stuff is.
Right on.
Hopefully. But I do a lot of satirical writing, and sometimes that's also misunderstood by my fellow liberals who get really offended, which is kind of fun, actually.
You like making people get an itch they can't scratch.
Yeah, I should put that on, like, Katie Halper, giving itches to people that they can't scratch. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's good. It rolls off the tongue, clearly.
Anyway, we're back here on Mile High Sports Radio 1510, and as you can tell, I am not a comic, and I do not pretend to be one. But as Gil Whiteley says, I don't take myself seriously, but I take what I do very seriously. And we're back here with our guest. Hey, we were just talking about some of the events that happened at the convention. Anything you guys want to just what else did you see, observe, feel like was either a comical or important thing to go over? Hey, go ahead.
Okay. My favorite thing of the entire convention was the Joe Biden. Can I do it? Because this is really important.
Okay.
This is a historic statement.
Historic statement here.
Joe Biden, I'll just hold it if you want.
That's cool.
Joe Biden's jazzy lunge.
Jazzy
Did you guys see
lunge.
that? Did you guys see that?
I didn't see the jazzy lunge.
It was amazing.
He got some moves or something?
Well, yeah. I mean, we know he does. Because his wife, he and his wife leave each other breathless and speechless. So, but I went there. He did this move on Thursday night when he got up there with Barack and Michelle, and he just like literally did a lunge with his right leg and pointed out with his right index finger. And it was
sort of an Elvis stance.
Yeah, it was an Elvis meets
like
Jane Fonda, like an
Yeah,
aerobics
okay.
move. It was amazing. He had me at Jazzy Lunge. I think that's by saying he didn't get it. I thought that was a really good idea because he was actually just saying like he's out of touch. It's not malice on his part. He just has absolutely no idea what the reality of the country is.
And I was going to bring that up when Barack Obama said, you know, this is a Senator McCain, who believes that the economy is doing fine.
Right.
Whose assistant, Bill Graham, said that it's a mental recession, it's not a real recession.
I wanted to say, no, we're not. Stop.
Anyway, so the American people that are the middle class is hurting is actually just whining, and it's like
it's all in their head.
Right.
And then when McCain speaks about economy, the campaign comes and says, oh, well, John McCain doesn't speak for John McCain on this. And that's another thing that the vice presidential pick, I think, really reveals is who's calling the shots over there. That's not John McCain's pick for vice president. That isn't McCain 2000's choice. I don't know who, I don't know if they put it on eBay. I don't know how that came about. But
it sounds like Dick Wadhams was helping out because there's a lot of similarities between
Janet Rowland.
Yeah,
that pick.
Beaupre's pick.
Yeah,
his advisor is Dick Wadhams. I'm not making up that name. His name is Dick Wadhams, and he picked.
Can you say that on radio? You're gonna get fined.
It's his name.
By the FCC.
It's his name. Yeah, it's his name. Poor guy. Anyway, but
maybe that's why he's so angry at the media and yells at them.
Yeah, don't say my name.
That's his
He should be angry at his parents.
Yeah. Well, he could change his name. Could stand for Richard or something, right?
Yeah, sure.
He likes it.
I've never heard him say anything other than the phrase "Boulder liberal" over and over and over as a furtive.
Well, I mean, essentially, Bob Schaefer doesn't need a campaign manager. He just needs a toy with a pull string on the back of it. It says "Boulder liberal."
Boulder liberals. Well, guys, we've had a lot of rambling on.
We've learned a lot, though.
I think we have. And you can check this out on the series of internets on the YouTubes. We're going to get some video up of this probably by tomorrow. You can check it out on Square, State, Daily Codes, and of course ultimatepolitics.net, maybe if I get around to it.
There's an open thread on squarestate.net. If you thought we sounded like a bunch of idiots or Boulder liberals, let us know.
Boulder liberal juice. Drink it while you can. All right, guys, we're going to see you next time. I guess, again, John Earhart, Aaron Silverstein, and Katie Halper from New York City. Anyway, we'll see you next time. This is Wade Norris with Ultimate Politics, 1510 Mile High Sports Radio, and have a good one.